Hello students, today we are going to discuss about Jordan's model. This model is the second popular model of relevance theories. So here this model is been proposed by Jordan Myron. So according to him, the firm's share price is dependent on the dividend payout ratio. So here in the relevance theory, we see that there is a relevance between the dividend decision and the firm's value. Okay. So here this model is based on certain assumptions. Like first assumption is the firm is based on completely only on equity. That is, there is no debt. Second assumption is that all the investment projects are being proposed by the only the retained earnings. There is no external financing. That is, there is no external debt that has been come into the thing, and only the retained earnings is taken into consideration. Now the third point is that rate of return is constant. Fourth assumption is cost of capital is constant and it is also greater than the rate of that is the growth rate. Growth rate means it is defined as B into R, where B is the retention ratio and R is the rate of return. So here the next assumption states that the company is going to have a perpetual earnings. That means there is continuous constant earnings that will be generated by the firm. Next, the firm's next assumption is that the firm is having perpetual life. Next, the retention ratio is constant and it is decided based on the growth rate, which is also constant. And finally, there are no corporate taxes. The difference between the Walter's relevance theory, Walter's model and the Gordon's model are basically these two main points, where the first point says that investors are risk averse. That means investors are risk averse means they don't want to take up the higher, that is they are not risk taking, which means that they prefer current dividend rather than the retained earnings. The current dividend is more preferable. So this argument is also called as bird in hand argument. That is, the current dividend is preferable when compared to the retained earnings. The second point says that to attain a certain return from uncertainty, they have to pay certain premium. Okay, that is what they have written. They have given out that a premium on a certain return has to be given out for uncertain returns. Now let us understand this and the mathematical equation. The mathematical equation given by Myron is P is equal to E into 1 minus B divided by K naught minus B into R, where E is the earnings per share, B is the retention ratio, K naught is the capitalization cost of capital, and B into R is the growth rate. Okay, where B is the retention ratio and R is the rate of return. Now let us understand one example here. A firm has given the following information: determine the share price. So the earnings per share here is rupees 10, retention ratio is 40%, cost of capital is 15% and rate of return is 14%. So let us see the working. So first we calculate the growth rate, where growth rate is given by retention ratio into rate of return, which is equal to 5.6%, and share price is given out by 10 into 1 minus 0.4 divided by 0.15 minus 0.056, which is 63.83. So here, given the retention ratio 40%, the share price is coming out to be 63.83. Now to understand the relevance between the dividend decision and the value of the firm, let us see another example. So this example, we are going to understand the relevance between the dividend decisions and the value of the firm or share price of the firm. Now here the information that is given is earnings per share is 10 rupees, cost of capital is 15%, rate of return is 16%, 15%, 14%. These three cases, if you can carefully observe, that rate of return is varying with respect to the cost of capital. In first case, you see it is 16%, which is greater than K naught, 15% is equal to K naught and 14% is less than K naught. Okay. The other information that is given is they have given the dividend payment ratio and the retention ratio. You see that 10% of dividend payout ratio is giving out 90% of retention. So similarly they have given 6 cases. Let us work out the problem. So here the formula is P is equal to E into 1 minus B divided by K naught minus B into R. So here the earnings per share is given out to be 10 rupees, that is E. K naught is 15%. B we calculate in different cases. So there are 3 different R's, that is rate of return is given if it is 16%, 15% and 14%. So in 3 different R given values of R, we calculate the different cases. Okay, case number 1, you see that dividend payout ratio is 10%, retention ratio is 90%. So here in case 1, you see in the situation of R greater than K naught, P value is coming, that is share price is coming to be rupees 166.67. In second case, when R is equal to K naught, the share price is coming to be 66.67 rupees. And finally in the third case, that is when R is less than K naught, you see that the share price is coming to be 41.67 rupees. So in case 2, you see that that is dividend payout ratio is 20%, retention ratio is 80%. In these cases, you see when R is greater than K naught, your share price is 90.91, and when R is equal to K naught, you are getting 66.67, and in third case when R is less than K naught, you are getting 52.63. So here we calculate the 6 cases. So these are the 3 cases. The next 3 cases are, so these are the remaining 3 cases that we see where we calculate the different combinations of dividend payout and retention ratio. Okay, so all these I have summarized. In the summary table, we see here the different combinations in 3 different situations, that is R greater than K naught, R equal to K naught and R less than K naught. So if you see the first situation, that is when R is greater than K naught, you see that the share price is decreasing as the retention ratio is decreasing. So other way, dividend payout ratio is increasing and your share price is decreasing. Okay. So here the optimal dividend payout ratio is 0. Okay, so that means what? When there is 0% of dividend payout ratio, you see that the share price will be the highest. Okay. Now in case when R is equal to K naught, you see that there is no effect on the share price. That is either your dividend payout ratio is increasing or retention ratio is decreasing, there is no effect on the share price, which means it is constant. There is no optimal dividend payout ratio in this particular situation when R is equal to K naught. In the third case, when rate of return is less than cost of capital, you see that the share price is increasing. So when you see increasing with respect to the retention ratio, that is retention ratio is decreasing and your share price is increasing, or your dividend payout ratio is increasing, share price is also increasing when the rate of return is greater than cost of capital. So here the optimum dividend payout ratio will be 100%. That means when you reach a 100% dividend payout, you see that your share price will be the highest. This is the relevance that has been explained by the Jordan's model.